These bitches is coming out the door like a revolving door. That's how fast they coming out the door. You would think the shit was like revolving. Like 7 bitches. Do, 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 do. And I'm
brown sugar, babe. I guess high off your love, I don't know how to behave.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Tori, Timingo, whatever you want to say. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey girl, how you doing? Hey dude, how you're doing? If you are a returning subscriber, hey, thank you for coming back. And before I get into anything else, if you are watching this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? What's the point? Like, what we doing? What we doing? Because I'm going to keep dropping them. I'm going to keep dropping videos. I got a couple lined up. Keep dropping them, all that good stuff. But so y'all, if y'all see me in this outfit again in another video, mind your business. I'm gonna try to record 2 videos a day. I don't know how this gonna go because I gotta pack because I'm going out of town. I'm gonna vlog that, of course, for y'all, but I'm going like back home to see like my mom, my grandma, all that good stuff. It's Mother's Day weekend, so you know how they go. Crown Beauty on the lips. Go get you some. This is in the shade Fancy. Get you some, girl. Okay. Okay. But anyway, as you can see by the title of this video, today is going to be a mother freaking story time. I did like a little vote on my Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, then what are you doing? Follow me at Tmingo __ period. I did like a little poll thing on my Instagram between like 3 different stories that I was going to tell or I could tell. At first, it was like leaning way toward one of them, but now it's like a tie between 2 stories. So I'm gonna just try to record both of them today and like drop one and then drop the next. You see what I'm saying? All right. So as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be telling y'all the story about how, well, not about how, but the story of when my roommate got jumped. FYI, these stories are going to be told in my perspective, how I saw things, how I felt in that time. People whom are in the stories may feel differently. It is what it is, whatever. They can make their own YouTube channel and tell their own version of the story. But I'm not going to be saying nobody's names. Most of the people in this story I talk to, well, not regularly, but like we ain't beefing, or there ain't no issues or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, on site type, nothing like that. So it's a couple different people in this story. For background, I'm gonna just start here. So if you know, if you don't know, if you know, whatever, I went to college. This was in college, by the way. So this was back in 2016. Yeah, freshman year 2016 of college. So I went to Spartanburg Methodist College. It's a 2-year like JUCO school or whatever. First of all, I don't know why I went to a Methodist college. It was cheap, whatever. Well, I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than like other colleges. I don't know. I went to Spartanburg Methodist College, and like the dorm that I stayed in, it's like it's a suite. So like when it's one door, you walk in, and then it's like a little living room area, and then it's like a bathroom, and then it's like 4 separate doors. So like I stayed with 3 other girls at first. I stayed with 3 other girls, but we all had our own room. So it's like a door, like, you know, whatever. So the first door, we're gonna call her Maddie. So Maddie stayed in the first door. I stayed in the second door. The third door is irrelevant. The 4th door, we gonna call her Crazy. Crazy stayed in the 4th door. Okay, so, you know, like, we didn't, like, of course, none of us knew each other. I'm from Rock Hill. Maddie is from another part of South Carolina. And then Crazy was actually from Spartanburg. Like, she lived in Spartanburg prior to coming to the school. Okay, so anyway, we call her Crazy because Crazy did crazy shit. Okay, like crazy shit. Crazy shit. Anyway, so it was first of all, maybe like, okay, we're going to zoom back to the week before. The week before, Crazy had invited this dude over or whatever. So like her and the dude was in her room and like booed up, whatever the case may be. Like, oh, okay, you know, this whole new little piece or whatever. I mind my business. Like, I fuck with Crazy, but I'm minding my business. Maddie minding her business because it ain't our business. You know what I mean? So, you know, they like, okay, boom, doing their little thing. So then Crazy started telling us, maybe the next week, started telling us like, oh, it's this girl that's like, me and her like beefing on Twitter over light skin. That's what we're gonna call him. Over light skin. They used to go together or they go together or something like that. It was something. I don't know if they were still going together or they went together and like he just, you know, whatever. So she like, we arguing back and forth on Twitter. Like they beefing on Twitter. You know how Twitter beef was back then. Like they beefing on Twitter. So she like, oh, we going back and forth on Twitter and whatever. So anyway, they had been arguing back and forth on Twitter or whatever. Crazy had to go to work. So while Crazy's at work, she texting and calling me and Maddie and just basically like, oh, like me and the girl gonna fight tonight. Like we fighting tonight, da 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 da, yada yada yada. I'm like, oh, okay, like y'all fighting, cool, like whatever, like where y'all gonna fight at? You know, me and Crazy not like best friends, but I fuck with Crazy, like that's my sweet mate, roommate, whatever. Like we're cool. You know what I mean? Like I live with you, we're cool. So she like, we gonna fight, da 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 da. My homegirl gonna come over there, gonna come with me. It's a girl that she work with. We gonna call her. We're gonna call her Shady. So Shady works with Crazy. So they like cool or whatever the case may be. So she like, my homegirl Shady coming with me. She gonna come to the fight with me, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. And she like, y'all gonna come with me. So I said, girl, like I'll come with you because like you my room. You know, I don't know. Why the fuck did I volunteer to go with her? Why? I don't know. But anyway, so we in the room or whatever. Crazy came home from work. She brought Shady with her. Me and Maddie is just kind of sitting there like, you know, just chilling, whatever the case may be. So not Shady, but Crazy is like in the bathroom getting ready to fight. She like taking off her wig and, you know, all that stuff like that. So we like, you know, what's going on? Da, 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 da. Like, who the girl? Like, what's going on? She's like, she want to fight, this, that, and the third, and y'all gonna come with me. And basically like have my back type stuff. She like, the girl, like I got some more friends coming, but I don't want to ride there by myself. Like she had a whole nother car of friends coming. Crazy had a whole nother car of friends coming to the fight or whatever. Crazy part is one of the girls that's in the other car that's supposed to help Crazy fight is the god sister of the girl that Crazy about to fight. So in my head, I'm like, why the fuck would you trust this girl? That's her god sister. You know what I mean? Even if they beefing, that's her god sister. Like, why the fuck would you think she gonna help you over her? That's neither here nor there. Whatever. That's just how I'm thinking about it. Like, why the fuck would you? It's just weird. Like, weird shit. So I'm like, okay. So Maddie is like, I'll drive, but I'm not fighting. Maddie said this off jump. We never thought that she was gonna fight or anything. Like, she told us she's not gonna fight. Not saying that Maddie is not like can't fight. She just don't do shit like that. Like she will if she have to type stuff. But like she ain't just about to volunteer to help you fight. You know that. Okay. So that's understood. That's understood. So we get in the car or whatever. And I'm just like, I had on some damn combat boots. Obviously, I was not prepared to fight nobody or do nothing like that. But I had on combat boots, some jeans. Like I don't know what the fuck I was wearing. What I was thinking. So we, you know, riding Spartanburg. If y'all know Spartanburg, it's hood. I ain't gonna lie. Spartanburg hood. Like our school was in the middle of the hood. We used to hear gunshots and shit. Like hood. Hood. I mean, you know, it don't bother me, but it's hood. So it's nighttime. So it's just like, okay, where we going? Maddie telling Crazy like, girl, where we going? Because I'm not pulling up to nobody's house. They need to, you know, we need to go somewhere kind of like public. Because like you at somebody's house, like anything could happen. Anything could go. Whatever. So we pull up to the first place and it's like, where is this? It's dark as fuck. No street lights, nothing. We're confused. Like, what's going on? Where is this? So she like, I don't know, no. She just sent me, and then she like, oh, she just sent me this other address, da 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 da. So we like, okay. So they sent us the address, and we're driving. I'm just like, girl, I'm telling Crazy, like, you really trust her? Like, Crazy, you trust this other girl in the car that's supposed to be like your homegirl that's gonna help you fight or whatever the case may be. And she like, yeah, da, da, da. And I said, that shit just seemed weird. It just seemed very weird, very fishy. It's like, I don't know. Something not sitting right with me. Like, when you get that gut feeling, like I got a feeling in my gut that something about to go wrong. Something about to happen, something crazy. So then we finally pull up to the house, but we don't really pull up at like in the house. Like, it's a road, and then this house is like kind of like up on a hill, look like a little hill. So like the driveway like steep as fuck, if you know what I mean. So we pull up, but we don't pull up right in front of the house. We pull up like here, and the house is like here. So we pull up, and she like tell the girl that we outside. So we just like, okay, where, like where they at, like what's going on, y'all. We sitting in the car still now. We're in the car. We are sitting in the car waiting for the girl to come outside. And of course, like, she already said, oh, she got some of her friends with her. But they like young girls. They like, well, they're not even like much younger than us, but they like 17. At this time, we like 18, 19. So like, we close in the same age. But I say young girls because you could tell the difference between like the girls who were in high school and then the girls who were in college. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell the difference, like the difference in behavior and the way they act, the way they talk, shit like that. So we sitting in the car. I look up the hill and I see the door. I see a light come on, like in the living room. I'm assuming it's the living room. And then I see the door like opening. Y'all, I kid you not. These bitches is coming out the door like a revolving door. That's how fast they coming out the door. You would think the shit was like revolving. Like 7 bitches. Do, 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 do. And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, bitch. It's one thing when you fighting one girl, right? And she got friends with her. Okay, cool. But the way these girls was running out of the house was like, everybody want ass. Everybody want, everybody about to fight. So I'm just confused. Like, bitch, okay, it's like 7, 8 of them. It's like 2, 3 of us, because Maddie said she's not fighting. I'm there, like, I'm not gonna let you get beat up or jumped or shit like that, even because we sleep in the same room, like, we cool, you know what I mean? And then Shady, I don't know Shady, Crazy knows Shady, so maybe Shady will do something. I don't know, she don't seem like it to me, just off the vibe that I'm getting from Shady. So they start running down like a motherfucking revolving door, running down this hill. So at this point, we're still sitting in the car. We are still sitting in the car. So then the girl, like not Shady, but Crazy's other friends that was in the other car, they like parked in front of us. So the little young girl, I guess, stopped at the car and started talking to her god sister, which is fucking weird. Like, what the fuck? But you came with the bitches that's about to fight me. Like, make it make sense. So anyway, she's standing there talking. So the little young girl that is about to fight Crazy has an older sister. The older sister walks to the car that we're in, and she's talking to Crazy, because Crazy in the front seat. She's talking to Crazy. No, is Crazy in the front seat? No, Crazy in the back seat. She in the back seat because I'm in the front seat. I always ride shotgun. Especially with Maddie. I'm always riding shotgun. I don't care who in the car. But, so she walked to the back and like, Maddie wind down the window so she could talk to her. And she like, oh, you came to fight my little sister. Da, 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 da. You came to fight my sister. Y'all gonna fight because you was being disrespectful toward my mom. Talk about my mom, and our mom passed away. Which is, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that was true or if that was false. From what I know about Crazy ain't talking about nobody's dead mama. You know what I mean? Like, she's not doing it. But that's what the older sister said. So I'm assuming this is what the younger sister told the older sister. Like, this is why we about to fight. And not really like, oh, we about to fight over a nigga. Because that's what it was really about. It was really because Crazy was fucking on this nigga. That's what it was. It wasn't about, oh, you was talking about my mama passed away. It was, you're fucking my nigga. And I know you're fucking my nigga. And da 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 da. That's what it was really about. So I'm assuming that's what she told her sister. So her sister can be like, okay, go ahead and fight her. Like, oh, it's a respect type thing. When it's really not. So she like, oh, y'all get out the car so y'all can fight, right? So Crazy get out the car. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to get out the car because it's like 7, 8 bitches and an older sister. And then Crazy, even though she got these other girls in the other car, it's still suspect to me because that's the god sister. And it's just weird. You know what I mean? It's weird. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then we get out the car or whatever. And then Crazy and the girl, like, you know, they walking up toward each other, like, about to fight. So the older sister's like, y'all, ain't nobody gonna jump nobody. Y'all gonna get y'all one, blah, 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 blah. So in my mind, I'm not that, okay, so, like, me and Crazy cool, but we not cool enough for me to be like, oh, I'm about to jump a bitch with you. Like, that's, like, sister, you know, sister shit, cousin shit, whatever. So I'm just like, boom. Cool, like, y'all fight. So if the girl start beating her up, I'm separated. Like, I'm not gonna let you get beat up and drugged in front of me, type of shit. Like that, you know, that's where I'm at. So they start fighting. Crazy is little, like short. Crazy might be like she might be like 4'10". Like, I'm short, but Crazy short. Like, she's short. And the other girl's a little taller than her. They start fighting. Crazy on ass, like beating ass, like beating ass. So they fight, and then the other girl fall, and Crazy falls on top of her. Boom, 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 boom. You know, boom, 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 like that. As soon as they hit the ground, as soon as the other girl's back hit the ground, and Crazy on top of her like this, these other little minions, pew, pounce on her. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, in my head, it's like 2.5 seconds. They didn't pounce on her ass. They boom, 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 boom. Then the older sister jump in. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm not about to fight 7, 8 bitches. Like, in my head, it's not happening. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to fight 7, 8 bitches. Like, that's just not a win for us. Like, it's 7, 8 of them. It's 2 of us, 2, 3 of us. You got another car full of people. Like, I really don't know what they gonna do. So in my head, like, bitch, I'm supposed to be on campus. Anything happen, Crazy, the police come, I'm not even supposed to be here. How the fuck I'm gonna explain this to my mama? That's where I'm at. So, as I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, how can we get out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry? Because there's nobody parked behind us, so we can just go. How can I get out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry? So in my mind's like, Tori, hit the biggest bitch. And when I say hit her, lean her shit, Tori. Like, you got to give this bitch everything you got. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm like. I'm telling myself in my head, like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I'm about to do. So I go and I just literally, with everything in me, from like here, like whole body into it, boom, hit the sister, because that's the biggest bitch out there. Like, she a little, like, she not fat, but she like bigger. Like, that, you know, the other ones is like skinny, little, da 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 da. So hit the sister. Boom, and she like fall over kind of like that. So at this point, the sister is down a little bit. She's stumbling. I started taking these little ones, like snatching them. Me and Shady are like snatching these girls off of Crazy, snatching. So we get Crazy. Let's go, and we try to like toss her in the car. Now the girls are like trying to come toward the car. Like, bitch, no, y'all need to back up. Y'all need to back up. So then the other bitches in the car that was supposed to be there for Crazy. Number one, none of them helped her. Nobody jumped in. None of them. When I say none of them, they literally sat right there. And it was one bitch that was with them that was pregnant talking about cutting people. But you ain't do nothing. Like, I cut y'all. No. I cut somebody. Like, waving her little blade around. I'm like, bitch, we got to go. So at this point, we're trying to toss Crazy in the car. We're trying to toss her in the car, like, boom. Throw her in the back seat. Get her stuff up. Like, you know, all her little stuff she had, throw it in the car. So then the other girls from the other car, the god sister of the girl she was fighting, come to the car like, come on, Crazy. Come on, Crazy. Come on, Crazy. No, they didn't help you. Come on, Crazy. How they supposed to be your friends? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know you. So what are you talking about? And at this point, I'm like, you know, adrenaline, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, I'm not about to fight this girl out here. I don't know all these people. So, like, bitch, stop talking, hush. So at this point, Crazy gets out the car and she go get in the car with them. And I'm like, okay. So now it's me, Maddie, and Shady in the car. Mind you, Shady is not our friend. We don't know Shady. Shady came to the room with Crazy, right? So we get back to campus and I was just, you know, we in the room talking. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's so crazy. Like, you know, we talking about it. Like, the situation got crazy. It's weird, whatever. So now Shady's in the room, like, talking about Crazy. She's like, yeah, Crazy this and she that and she doing too much and I don't understand why she doing all of that. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, what? You know, like, I'm confused because I'm like, you got out the car with Crazy, got out the car that we was in and got in the car with the other girls, which kind of made me look at her weird because I came out here for you. I came out here to help you. Like, I'm helping you. And then this weird girl come over here talking about, oh, they didn't help you, they didn't help you. And you get out the car and go over there with them. And she's like, girl, was we watching the same thing? Was we looking at the same thing? I don't think so. So we sitting there talking, we talking. So Shady is still like, oh, crazy this, crazy that, da 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 da. Mind you, like I said, crazy is crazy, and she does crazy shit. I had only just met Crazy when school started. So like from what I've seen, Crazy does crazy shit. You know what I mean? Type like stuff. So I'm just like, all right. Crazy finally comes back. It may be like 30, 45 minutes later. Crazy comes back to the room. So mind you, even though she technically got jumped by like 7, 8 girls, no bruises, no scratches, like nothing is wrong with her. Nothing. She may have like a scratch because they was on the ground or something, but it's nothing. Like she's good. So she come in the room like, Shady, what did you like? What y'all was doing? And like, what you doing with them type stuff? And she like, I rode there with them. Like, what you mean? So we're like, okay. She come in, her energy weird. So she come in, like, so she go in the bathroom and start like fixing her stuff, putting her wig back on. And she was like, y'all, I just got a question. Crazy, I just got a question. I'm just trying to figure out how I got all of y'all out there with me, and I still end up on the ground getting jumped by like 7, 8 girls. And I was like, excuse me? And she like, it's just a question. I'm just trying to figure out. So I'm like, what you mean? How it happened? She's like, how did I end up on the ground getting jumped by like 7 or 8 girls? I said, girl, you was on the ground for like 2 seconds. What are you saying? And she was like, but y'all, ain't nobody helped me. Like I was doing it by myself. Da, 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 da. I said, what you mean? What did we do, bitch? I'm the reason that you're not on the ground anymore. Like, what do you mean? I'm the reason why they still not whooping on your ass. I'm confused. And she like, well, I'm just trying to say, like, what did y'all do? What did y'all do? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? And I'm the type of person, if you know me, like, I'm not that close with, like, my family. Like, I got a couple of family members that I'm really close with, but I'm not really close with family. So I take my friendships with people and loyalty and stuff like that very, 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 very seriously. I take that shit serious. So in my eyes, it's like you're questioning my loyalty to you, because girl, I went out there to help you and you trying to play me like I'm a sucker now. Like, what you do? Like, what, bitch? What you mean? So I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do? Girl, I hit the biggest bitch out there. What are you saying? And she's like, I'm just trying to figure out how I got jumped. You got jumped because she had like 30 people with her. That's how. Like, that's what I'm not understanding. So I'm assuming when she got in the car with the other girls trying to make it seem like, oh, you came with your friends, and they didn't help you. But bitch, Tori, was the only person who did something. Me. Granted, Shady like helped pull the, girls off, but I was the only one that helped. Y'all bitches didn't do anything. And even the girl who was talking about the knife, oh, I got a knife, didn't do anything. Like, what do you mean? Like, what the fuck did y'all do other than just stand there and look? Nothing. Nobody did anything. So at this point, like, I'm pissed off. Me and Crazy is going back and forth because I'm like, bitch, I didn't even have to come out there, but I came out there just off the strength of we're roommates, we're cool, and we kick it sometimes. And I ain't gonna let nobody dog you out like that. But now you're trying to question my loyalty or how I am. Like, girl, fuck you. You got me fucked up. So at this point, we're going back and forth. Da, 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 da. So she get her stuff and she kind of like, she's like, da, 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 da. And Shady, you up here with them and you're my friend and da, 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 da. And I'm just like, what? So if it's an issue with Shady, then say it's an issue with Shady. Don't say nothing to me. If you feel like Shady should have did more, then say that. That has nothing to do with me. Because me personally, I feel like Shady should have did more, because Shady is your real friend. Like, y'all friends for real, for real. I just met you this year, a couple months ago, if that. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay. But she like, oh, what did y'all do? Da, 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 da. So at this point, like, what did you do? She's talking to me. And I'm like, I'm getting pissed. Like, my shit is like, do, 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 do. Like, it's doing it. It's building. So Maddie and Shady are telling her, like, what do you mean? Like, Tori hit this sister, da, 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 all that. So she's like, but I'm just trying to, she was like, okay, if you say you did that. I'm like, bitch, there's no, I say I did that. Like, I did it. Why? What kind of sense does this make? We had a fight. You're fighting. There's like all these people around. I'm going to lie and say that I hit somebody and I know I just stood there. What kind of sense that make? None. No sense at all. No fucking sense at all. So like we like edit. Me and her like edit, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like I'm starting to get mad. So like we got these door, like my room door. I'm sitting like in my doorway. So like she's talking, and I'm like, bah, bah, bah. Like I'm yelling and like hitting the damn door because it's pissing me off. Like I hit it so hard, like my hand is like stinging. And then she's like, I'm just saying, like, it's not like, da, da, da. Like, once I start getting, like, pissed off, she's like, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to figure out what y'all did, because I just don't feel like I should have been on the ground, and this, that, and I had people there with me, and I'm just like, so, I was supposed to fight 7, 8 girls with you? That's what I was supposed to do? You got to do it smarter, not harder. Like, why? Why? I wouldn't even fight 7, 8 girls with my best friend. Because, bitch, we going to be smart. We going to get in a little bit, and then we going to get the fuck out of there. Why would I fight 7 or 8 girls? It makes no sense. And, girl, I don't even know you like that. It makes no sense. So, she, you know, And I guess the girls that she came back to the school with are downstairs in the car. So, she leave or whatever. Like, she leave. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't have to talk to you no more. Girl, fuck you. I don't care. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Like, you irritate me, you piss me off. Like, if I feel like you're trying to question my loyalty, we don't have to talk no more. Even if I like you and I think you cool, we ain't gotta talk no more, because now you're tripping. You got me messed up for real, for real. So I'm like, we don't have to talk no more, girl. Like, I don't care. So she leaves. Shady's still there. Why? I don't know. Shady is still there, and she's like, I don't even know what her problem is. They probably just said something to her, this, that, and the third, da 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 da, and all this other stuff. So then Shady finally leaves, and me and Maddie just looking at each other like, what? Girl, you got us fucked, like, you got me fucked up. And Maddie was like, I don't even, like, you know, I don't know why she acting like that. She tripping, da 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 da. Mind you, I got mud all over my boots and stuff like that. I'm just like, girl, like, next time, I know I won't help you. Like, I won't help you. I won't do anything at all. Next time, I'm just going to let people dog you. I feel like, you know, I'm trying to be nice and help you out. Like, I didn't even have to do that, but I did. And mind you, this is not the first crazy ass situation that Crazy has put me in, okay? This is not the first crazy situation. Not the first. So I'm trying to be a good, you know, roommate or whatever, and just make sure you're good and you're being crazy. So I'm just like bumping. I don't even got to talk to her no more. And I'm the type of person, like, well, back then I was the type of person. Do I block? I don't really block people no more. Yes, I do. I'm lying. But I'll be like, I don't even got to talk to you no more. I don't owe you no conversation. We ain't got to talk about nothing. Like, nothing. So I block her. Did I block? No, it wasn't blocked, because I didn't even have an iPhone. I still had a Galaxy. So, like, when you got a Galaxy, if you know, you can do, like, a restriction on somebody where they shit could be, like, restricted. You don't see it. But you can go to, like, the special part in the messages to, like, see your restricted messages or whatever. So she had sent me a message, like, the next day. But I never saw it because she was on restriction. But she had sent me, like, a message. I never saw it. So I just wasn't talking to her. I see you, whatever. She come in there, like, the suite or whatever, and my door is closed or open. Like, if my door open, I won't even look at her. She ain't even nothing. So I think she had ended up sending Maddie a message, and her and Maddie kind of, like, talked or whatever. And she, like, told Maddie, like, oh, I tried to send Tori a message. Tori didn't respond, da 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 da. And so I finally looked at the message and was just like, you know, whatever. She was basically, like, apologizing because she was just like, it was just like, you know, heated a moment. They was putting stuff in my head, da 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 da, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, because she was cool. Like, we were cool. She never really did anything to me. So I'm just like, okay. So we squashed that or whatever, and we was good after that. And, like, we talked about it. And I was, like, the type of person who, like, with her, I kind of tried to give her, like, guidance, because, like I said, Crazy did crazy shit. And, like, you could tell when somebody been through shit or whatever. And I had been through stuff too, but I just carry mine differently. So, like, I would try to kind of, like, guide her. Like, I looked at her like a little sister. So I was just like, you know, I'm not gonna talk, you know, this is just what it is, just how I felt, da da da. We talked and we was cool after that. That's how that went. But that was, y'all, that was crazy. Like, Crazy. Crazy always put you in crazy motherfucking situations.
Skin is caramel with the cocoa eyes. Even got a big sister by the name of Chocolate Top. Brown sugar.